Hello there, this is David from David Books and Comics, and today I want to show you some books by a writer his real name is René Raymond, and he was born in Europe in 1906 and died in 1985. He was 78 years old, and he was a prolific writer of intrigue, action, adventure, mystery novels of very fast-paced mystery novels imitating the movies and the thriller novels that were being published in the US and Canada and in Great Britain in the heyday years of the early 1940s, 50s. And these books are all from the 40s and into the 50s, and some of the later editions in which you'll enjoy. So this is like vintage paperback eye candy for all of those who are into collecting vintage paperbacks. And these are Canadians, and these are the Canadian firsts. This is More Deadly Than Mail. This is a white circle, what they call a white circle pocket edition. These are the Canadian version. There was a white circle pocket that was from England, Great Britain. These are the Canadian ones. This is White Circle number 355, More Deadly Than Mail, as by Ambrose Grant, but in actuality, René Raymond, better known as James Hadley Chase. The next novel is When You're Lonely When You're Dead, as by James Hadley Chase. And No Orchids for Miss Blandish, one of the more popular of his books. It's a beautiful paperback edition. And this is number 108. All right. Number 111 is The Return of Carol Blandish, the story of Carol Blandish, homicidal maniac, The Flesh of the Orchid, as by James Hadley Chase. The next one is a very violent cover. It's called The Dead Stay Dumb. It's just a horrible cover, actually. Artistically, probably a beautifully done cover, but it's just violent to look at. This is Harlequin number 124, as by James Hadley Chase, The Dead Stay Dumb. The next one is Figure It Out Yourself, as by James Hadley Chase, Harlequin number 130, Girls, Gold, and Guns. And that's, again, a very violent cover. This next one is deceptively thought to be a romance novel. It's far from it. It is one of his thriller, mystery, adventure novels. She Was Too Dangerous to Be Free, as by James Hadley Chase, Lay Her Among the Lilies. Well, that's Harlequin number 135. And Harlequin number 160 is 12 Chinks and a Woman, a very offensive cover. Title, I should say, and Behind the Scenes of the Merciless Underworld. This is Harlequin number 160. Harlequin number 197 is Strictly for Cash, as by James Hadley Chase, and you see the dollars just flying out there. This is Harlequin number 197. Non-stop action cram thriller. Strictly for Cash. Beautiful cover. Another one is The Double Shuffle, Harlequin book number 199. And Beautiful stripper Susan Gellert was insured for $1 million against every recognized cause of death. The premiums were low, the risks were high. In fact, it was a perfect setup for murder. So there you go. The Affairs of a Striptease Dancer. Double shuffle. Harlequin number 199. Harlequin number 206 is You Never Know with Women. James Hadley Chase. I like the colors on this cover. Just very artistic. Harlequin number 206. You Never Know with Women. All right. The next one is Harlequin number 245. Its original title was The Fast Buck. Kidnapped from the arms, can't see that, kidnapped from the arms of the law. As by James Hadley Chase. Harlequin 245. All right, so I'll pause here and we'll get another batch. And Harlequin number 255 is Lady Here's Your Wreath, as by Raymond Marshall. As we know, that's René Raymond. And that's Harlequin 255. Raw, explosive realism, it says. The next one is a beautiful cover. It's The Paw in the Bottle. It's by Raymond Marshall. This is Harlequin 265, The Paw in the Bottle. Here's that one. And the next one is I'll Bury My Dead. Harlequin 267, as by James Hadley Chase. René Raymond. The next one is Mallory, as by Raymond Marshall. We know to be René Raymond, and this is Harlequin 300. Tense, terrifying manhunt through the underworld to the countryside. It's a beautiful, very action-oriented cover. Looks like she's either jumping off a bridge or jumping off a train. Hard to know. The next one is Why Pick on Me, as by Raymond Marshall. Punch, action, violence. Harlequin number 310. Why Pick on Me? The next one is this one. This Way for a Shroud, as by James Hadley Chase. Brutal slaying of a beautiful screen actress, Jane Arnott, sets off a chain reaction of murder and violence, which can only be halted if the eyewitness to her murder can be forced to testify. Interesting. This Way for a Shroud, as by James Hadley Chase. The next one is Harlequin number 317. Blonde's Requiem, as by Raymond Marshall. A city terrorized by a sadistic fiend who preferred blondes. That's Blonde's Requiem. Harlequin 317. And this one, Tiger by the Tail, was really based on a movie poster starring Jane Greer and Robert Mitchum. I think it was called Out of the Past. I'll put a link to it right beside this picture so you can see. This was a cover swipe from that poster. This is Harlequin number 323, Action in the Underworld. Beautiful cover. This is Harlequin number 340. Its original title was But a Short Time to Live, The Pickup. Harlequin 340. The Pickup. And this is Harlequin number 341. Original title was Trusted Like the Fox. This title is Ruthless, as by Raymond Marshall. The next one is Harlequin number 382. Very hard one to find. Never Trust a Woman. Its original title, In a Vain Shadow. It's Harlequin number 382. Complete and unabridged. Hard one to find. This is Harlequin number 385. Eve, as by James Hadley Chase. Beautiful cover. Nice bright color. Eve. And this one is an interesting cover. This is Harlequin number 413. I'll Get You for This. Trapped in a Murder Frame-Up. As by James Hadley Chase. That's that. And I'm going to pause here, and then we're going to go and look at some of the other, some of the vintage paperbacks. And then we're going to go through some of the Panther editions and the Corgi editions. And I got a lot of those to show. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I'll pause, and then we'll go to the vintage paperbacks first, and then we'll get into the Panthers. This is an American newsstand library, The Villain and the Virgin, as by James Hadley Chase. And you can see there, it says Diversity Publishing Corporation. NL means newsstand library. So novel library. All right. So that's The Villain and the Virgin. And this is novel library number 11. This next one is Dead Ringer. This is a mystery double. And beautiful cover. I don't know if that's a Belarski. Looks like Belarski, but don't want to speculate. Shouldn't. So that's Dead Ringer by the author of No Orchids for Miss Blandage. On the other side, of course, is a non-James Hadley Chase Milton Ozaki. Anyway, so that's Dead Ringer, as by James Hadley Chase. That's an ace double. And this next one is a James Hadley Chase, Tell It to the Birds, different publisher. And this is a more modern publisher, obviously. And this is from nice tight copy. Pocketbooks. Tell It to the Birds. The corpse was worth a fortune, but had the murderer killed for love. We'll never know until we read the book. And there's our aforementioned author, René Raymond. Our next one is another, looks like, it's pocketbook. James Hadley Chase, The Way the Cookie Crumbles. In this business, if you get killed, it's your tough luck. It's a needle cover. All right. The Way the Cookie Crumbles. And this another pocketbook edition is What's Better Than Money? James Hadley Chase. She came out of his past to cancel out his future blackmail. All right. And now we'll go through quite a bit of the Panthers. All right, I'll pause here. So here we have a Panther edition. This is a coffin from Hong Kong. And this one was published initially in 1964. Reprinted, this is 1973. All right, this is a Panther. Panther books. Coffin from Hong Kong. And then we get into the risque covers. And this one is a Grenada. I think that was a Panther. This is James Hadley Chase, A Coffin from Hong Kong. And this is one of those photo covers. Those risque photo covers. And this is another one. This is James Hadley Chase, Hit Them Where It Hurts. Hit Them Where It Hurts. Okay. Nasty piece of work. Chase somehow manages to be almost insanely readable. And that's from The Observer. All right. This next one is called I'll Bury My Dead. A familiar title is Panther. It's a nice one. Very violent looking cover. And this is another Panther. This is James Hadley Chase. I'll Get You for This. And we saw that earlier, the earlier edition. Interesting cover. And this is Grenada. Just a Matter of Time. And this is a Panther edition. Just the Way It Is. Nice. Interesting cover. I wouldn't say a nice cover. It shows a gun on the covers. I mean, gun covers are like gun advertising. Nothing against people who do that, but anyway. This is Panther. This is Crime Circle. James Hadley Chase. Lady, Here's Your Wreath. Yeah, that is the title. James Hadley Chase's name is bigger than the title. Just as in these. And this one we saw earlier under a different cover. This is Lay Her Among the Lilies. This is Panther. Nice tight copy. And another nice tight copy. This is another Panther. This is James Hadley Chase, The Lotus for Miss Kwan. All right, so it's that. And then we have another very sexy cover, this one. And this one's called Mission to Venice. This is Grenada, Mission to Venice. Front cover photograph by Beverly Labaro. Okay. And here's another cover for No Orchids for Miss Blandish. And it was made into a movie. It says right there, The Grissom Gang. And this is a Panther. Guess movie tie-in. ABC Pictures. Starring Kim Darby, Scott Wilson, Tony Musanti, Robert Lansing. Co-starring Irene Daly and Connie Stevens. And let's see. I'm just curious. 61 is the original copyright. We know it was published a lot earlier than that. So that's that one. Another very sexy posing cover. This is Not My Thing. And this is a Grenada Panther, I guess. All right. And the next one is called One Bright Morning. Another very sexy cover. Photo cover. Nice tight copy. Just a lovely copy. And another sexy cover, of course. One Bright Summer. Grenada. One Bright Summer. Nice tight copy. Clean copy. All right, so we'll pause here and I'll show you another batch. And this is a Panther. This one is the shock treatment. And I don't want to look at the numbers because I don't know. By this time, the numbers are not 3 digits or even 4 for that matter. It's a Panther book. Very violent looking cover. Photo cover. Shock treatment. And another kind of sexy cover, Strictly for Cash. We saw an earlier vintage of this. And cover photograph, Andrew Cockrow. Strictly for Cash. And this one is There's a Hippie on the Highway. Okay. And it's a Panther, James Hadley Chase. Some creasing on the cover. And there's another, There's a Hippie on the Highway. James Hadley Chase. Very sexy cover. And there's another Hippie on the Highway. Grenada this time. There's a Hippie on the Highway. Same model. Same picture, but a little more close. And there's yet one more. There's a hit. No, this one is There's Always a Price Tag. James Hadley Chase. Yep. She had moved over to the bar where the light fell directly on her. I caught a glimpse of her shape under the misty folds of the negligee, a shape that sent my blood racing through my veins. So there's always a price tag. That's a Panther. This Way for a Shroud. We saw another cover, a vintage cover of this. This is a Panther. Crime, criminous fiction. And another very sexy cover is This Way for a Shroud. And this is a Grenada. Another photo cover, The Vulture is a Patient Bird. James Hadley Chase. Okay, that's Grenada. And another gun cover. Want to Stay Alive. This is a Panther. And there's another Want to Stay Alive. Very sexy cover. This is a Grenada. And this one is The Wary Transgressor. This is a Panther. Interesting. Cover. Photo cover. And then we have James Hadley Chase. Well Now, My Pretty. I wonder if they say if these had original titles. No, I imagine that's the original title. That's Well Now, My Pretty. Panther. Another sexy cover, What's Better Than Money? That's a Panther. Nice tight copy. A reader's copy, but nice and tight copy. And this is a very violent looking cover. You've Got It Coming. That's a Panther. Nice cover. All right. We're going to stop here and we're going to go through the Corgi editions. So just pause. And most of the Corgi editions are very sexy looking covers. This is a nice tight copy. This is An Ace Up My Sleeve. All right. Usually beautiful models on the cover. That's An Ace Up My Sleeve. Master of the Art of Deception. Here's another An Ace Up My Sleeve, and this is Corgi. Later Corgi, I guess. Yeah. And you see it all in the title. Believe this, you'll believe anything. James Hadley Chase, and that is the title. Corgi edition. And this one is Believed Violent. James Hadley Chase. Corgi. But a Short Time to Live. James Hadley Chase. Corgi edition. Corgi edition, A Can of Worms, first time in paperback. So it says, that's A Can of Worms. The next one is this one, Come Easy, Go Easy. James Hadley Chase. And this one is a thicker tome, it's double shuffle. The thriller maestro of the generation. Double shuffle. Is that... Oh, that's one full novel. Nice, sexy cover. And there's another Eve, and we saw the original Harlequin edition. And that's Eve. It's by James Hadley Chase. And there's the Fast Buck, which we saw in the Harlequin edition under the title, oh, anyway, it was Harlequin 245. The Fast Buck. Nice tight copy. Sexy cover. And The Flesh of the Orchid, the sensational sequel. We saw that. We saw the sequel to this. Carol Blandish. We saw the original Harlequin cover. And this one is Goldfish Have No Hiding Place. Okay. Corgi edition. Have to watch those goldfish. And this is The Guilty Are Afraid. Nice sexy cover. James Hadley Chase. Have a Change of Scene. Nice cover. And here's another cover. Another Corgi cover for Have a Change of Scene. Nice tight copy. Another beautiful copy, very fine copy of Have a Change of Scene. Beautiful photo cover. Hit and Run. All right. This one is called I Hold Four Aces. And that's a later Corgi. All right, I'm going to pause. And we have another batch of Corgis to show. This one is called I Would Rather Stay Poor. And I don't think anybody would rather stay poor. So that's by James Hadley Chase. Like most bank managers, Dave Calvin had acquired an irresistible charm that he could switch on whenever he felt the necessity. Underneath it, he was cold, calculating, brutal, a perfect murderer. I would rather stay poor. It's a beautiful, sexy cover. There's another one, Knock Knock, Who's There? Nice Corgi photo cover. Nice tight copy. Another very fine copy, or fine copy, Lady, Here's Your Wreath. James Hadley Chase. And here's another, Lady, Here's Your Wreath. Sexier cover than the other one. Lay Her Among the Lilies. Where have you seen that title? That's Corgi. Beautiful photo cover. And there's another, a Lotus for Miss Kwan. Another Corgi edition. And then we have My Laugh Comes Last. It's an small, tiny little pistol there. And this one looks like a very fine copy. My Laugh Comes Last. This is No Orchids for Miss Blandish. This one is Not Safe to Be Free. Spine Roll. And another sexy cover, Shock Treatment. James Hadley Chase. And that's the biggest gun I've seen on a James Hadley Chase paperback. So What Happens to Me? And here we have The Soft Center. James Hadley Chase, Corgi paperback. This one is Tell It to the Birds. Nice cover. There's Things Men Do, James Hadley Chase, Corgi edition. This one is This Is For Real. This one is called The Wary Transgressor, and this is a very fine copy. And then we have The World in My Pocket. Beautiful cover. Very suggestive. And here's the last one I'll be showing from the Corgis that I have. This is You've Got It Coming. That's as by James Hadley Chase. All right, so I hope you enjoyed going through these vintage paperbacks. Many of these are from the 70s. These ones included. These are not from the 80s. Yeah, this is from 1975, 76, this Corgi edition. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation. And there is tons. He was a prolific writer and published over and over for many years for good reason. So I hope you enjoyed this, and feel free to make comments. Thanks all for subscribing, and thanks for watching. Okay, bye.